A single bite from this desert snake guarantees a quick death. The neurotoxin shuts down the respiratory system in mere minutes. Yet a creature weighing less than a kilogram stands directly in its path. It does not run away from the massive striking reptile. Instead, it invites the venomous confrontation. How does a tiny desert mammal survive the most venomous predators? The answer is not hidden in a secret biological immunity. It is found in the coordinated movements of the entire family. The Kalahari Desert is a harsh environment for small animals. The temperature regularly exceeds 40 degrees Celsius during the day. A single meerkat stands completely motionless on a high termite mound. It is fully exposed to the intense heat and potential eagles. This is the designated sentinel of the foraging group. While the others dig for insects, this guard watches the horizon. The survival of 20 individuals depends entirely on these two eyes. Suddenly, a dark shape slides silently over the hot sand. A large Cape Cobra is searching for a shaded refuge. It is heading directly toward the main entrance of the burrow. Down in the dark tunnels, newborn pups are sleeping. The sentinel spots the movement and instantly stands taller. A sharp rhythmic barking sound echoes across the flat landscape. The entire group stops digging immediately. They do not scatter or run for cover like typical prey. The vocalization was highly specific and contained precise information. It was not the warning call for an aerial predator. It was the specific alarm for a ground-dwelling snake. The response to this specific signal is immediate and coordinated. They rush toward the source of the danger instead of fleeing. A single meerkat has almost no chance against a large cobra. But a coordinated mob changes the mathematical odds of survival. The snake raises its front body and flares a massive hood. It expects the small mammals to back away in fear. But the 20 meerkats do the exact opposite. They form a tight semicircle around the highly defensive reptile. Every single member puffs up its fur to look larger. They begin to perform a synchronized bouncing movement. This is not a random chaotic display of panic. It is a highly evolved tactic known as mobbing. The snake relies on focused visual tracking to land a strike. But there are too many moving targets surrounding it simultaneously. When the cobra lunges forward, the target simply jumps back. At the exact same moment, another meerkat bites the snake's tail. The reptile violently turns around to face the new attacker. But the tail is instantly bitten again from the opposite side. The sensory overload completely breaks the snake's defensive strategy. It cannot decide which small animal to strike first. This exhaustion technique slowly drains the cobra's energy reserves. A mistake here would still be fatal. A direct bite to a major vein will kill a meerkat. Their famous immunity is heavily misunderstood by the public. They possess a minor mutation in their nervous system receptors. This slightly delays the immediate paralytic effect of the venom. It gives them a brief window to survive a glancing blow. But they are not invincible superheroes. The real armor is the collective presence of the entire family. The harassed snake finally lowers its hood and retreats into the bushes. The burrow and the sleeping pups are safe for another day. The mob disperses quickly and returns to searching for food. But snakes are not the only venomous threat in the sand. The desert floor is crawling with highly toxic yellow scorpions. For most small animals, these arachnids are dangerous neighbors. For the meerkat clan, they are simply a heavy meal. An adult uncovers a large scorpion hiding under a dry rock. The arachnid immediately raises its venomous stinger to strike. The mammal strikes first with lightning-fast paws. It aggressively rubs the scorpion against the rough desert sand. This violent friction effectively breaks off the dangerous stinger. The meal is now perfectly safe to consume. But the adult does not eat the disabled prey immediately. It picks up the live scorpion and carries it away. Back at the burrow, the young pups are waiting. Survival in the desert is not an inherited genetic trait. It is a complex curriculum that must be actively taught. The adult drops the disarmed scorpion in front of the pups. The young ones clumsily attempt to attack the moving target. They learn the required movements without the risk of a lethal sting. As they grow, the adults will bring them increasingly dangerous prey. Eventually, they will have to face a fully armed scorpion. This gradual education process is rare among small mammals. It proves that their society is built on knowledge transfer. The sun reaches its highest and hottest point in the sky. The temperature on the sand becomes physically dangerous. The sentinel on the mound has been standing for over an hour. It has not eaten or rested during this entire shift. A low vocalization comes from the feeding group below. Another adult climbs up the mound to relieve the tired guard. They briefly touch noses to acknowledge the shift change. The first sentinel immediately climbs down to begin foraging. This system of shared responsibility operates flawlessly every single day. No individual acts selfishly when the survival of the group is at stake. The strict division of labor compensates for their physical vulnerabilities. They are prey animals that refuse to act like victims. The desert environment offers absolutely no margin for error. A solitary individual would not survive a single week here. It would either starve or fall prey to a passing eagle. The harsh reality of the Kalahari demands absolute cooperation. Their evolutionary success is not just written in their DNA. It depends on constant communication and shared physical risk. We often view nature as a solitary struggle for dominance. We expect the strongest and the fastest to win. These small mammals challenge that fundamental assumption entirely. Their greatest weapon is not a sharp tooth or venom resistance. It is the individual standing guard in the blistering heat. One meerkat is just a small meal. 30 meerkats are an impenetrable fortress in the sand.